agenda that his speech is titled Single Guys. And when I saw this, I thought, okay, who could be a better person than Tolga to talk about single guys? But then he told me, that's actually not what I sent you. So, before the meeting, I was trying to question myself, okay, what kind of a subconscious do I have that I just put single guys? Wow. I have a healthy subconscious, thank you. Wow. It's just, I copied and pasted the agenda from the previous meeting, and that was the speech title for this fourth speech. So that's how Tolga got to talk about single guys. He's actually going to talk about tongueful. Yeah, I know. So he's going to deliver his second speech from an advanced manual. He has completed his CC, and he has a certificate to show for that. He's going to speak from the second manual of the Humorously Speaking Advanced manual, and David is going to be his evaluator. So David, would you like to tell us?
Yes. I have to admit, I didn't read this manual until just now, and when I read this, as an executive summary, I was like, whoa, what? Because this is humorously speaking, so this is one of the advanced manuals you do after you complete your CC. But the reason I went like, whoa, is because it says here, you're supposed to prepare a serious speech. So he's going to give us a serious speech, but he's going to try to make us laugh with a short humorous story at the beginning, at the end. But I don't know how he's going to do that, but I'm really curious about that. So good luck.
Thank you. So Tolga is an entrepreneur, and he is the owner of a company called Digitalis. They provide state-of-the-art simulation services to companies who want to make better decisions in their businesses, and these decisions may range from everyday operations to large-scale, I think, supply chain management as well. He's a very experienced speaker, and I'm looking forward to his speech, which is called tongueful, not single guys, tongueful.
This is not a polite question to ask the ladies, so I just want the gentleman in this room to answer. Have you ever been slapped in the face? Who has been slapped in the face? I'm not going to ask for the details. My next question is that, have you ever been slapped in the face by a feet? By a bare foot, a hairy foot. Have you ever been slapped by a foot?
That would be a kick.
Okay. David,
No, I haven't.
okay. Well, I have been, and not once. I get it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. How did that happen? We need to go back for like 10 years ago, when I was in high school or college in the karate course. So I was going to the karate course with my younger brother, and I was kind of bullying him. Whenever we were, doing some practicing like this, face to face, I was a bit harsh on him. So I was a little bit hitting, a bit hard and intentions, just to make fun of it and being a bad bully brother. And one of the days, this has caught the attention of the sensei, the guy who is teaching the karate. He came to us, came to my younger brother's side and asked me, hey, do you know how to do a mawashigeri? It's a kind of kick, it's a swinging kick. I'm going to show you how you can do a mawashigeri. And in front of him, there was me. So he was like this, look. And then he did this swinging feet. Okay, I get this guy, the bare feet and a hairy feet, like a hobbit's feet, slapping in my feet. And then he showed that with his left feet. So he did the opposite one, and again I have the slap. Then the sensei turned to my brother, did you get it? My brother said, well, I couldn't didn't quite get it. Can you show me again? And then I get the third and the fourth slam. So this was a good lesson, life lesson that I get from the karate. The other life lesson is that when my friends ask me, why you are going to karate? I was saying, well, imagine when you are in the traffic or somewhere, you need to fight with someone. So I need to protect myself. My second life lesson came from a book. And in this book, it says that if you ever find yourself in a fighting position, you already made a couple of wrong decisions that you find that yourself in that place. So the thing is not to learn how to protect yourself in a fighting position, but you need to learn how not to go into that position. So this Kung Fu is all about the art of verbal fighting, verbal martial skills. So how you can defend yourself and how you can avoid this problem situation. So it's a long book. I cannot give you the whole details, but let's assume that we are in a shop. We are shopping and we have a very rude shopkeeper in front of us. So he has this giving face and giving the attitude. The one thing is that you can build some empathy with that person. Hey, it was a rough day, huh? You've been abusive like this from the morning. So you show some sympathy, some empathy to that person. If it still doesn't work, you should ask his or her name. What's your name? So this actually breaks the anonymity and make that person realize that actually he can be or she can be held accountable for that, because now you know that person's name. If the situation still doesn't improve, then you take it a bit further and say that, well, I heard that this establishment is really keen on its customer satisfaction, because on your advertisements, on your TV shows, it says that you are guaranteeing 100% of customer satisfaction. Do you think that your attitude really matches with this company's strategy? So this is a good question to ask that person. So these are the ways that you can protect yourself in this situation. And of course there are some situations where you cannot really think about that. At one time when we were going with my father, he was driving the car. He was a bit careless at that time. So there was a decline, and we suddenly went from a sideway to that road. And there was a truck coming from the top. Okay, from the incline, it was coming fast. So the truck driver couldn't swerve left because there were cars, couldn't swerve right because there were cars. So he pushed the brake, and with that screeching sound, the truck finally managed to stop inches before our car. Okay, then the truck driver jumped off the truck and started to walk to our car, to my father. You should see the face of the man. He was coming with a murderous intent. Okay, the eyes are red. It's like a raging bull. It's like a freight train coming in front of you. Okay, so I was thinking, okay, now we have a problem here. So how my father did the Kung Fu. So he stepped out of the car, and while the guy is coming like that, taking these arms like this, my father said, 1 minute. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. Because of your reflexes, you saved us from an imminent accident. So that was awesome reflexes. How you managed to do that? That's a great job, man. I really congratulate you. And the guy was like, well, yeah. So this is how you manage to handle the situation. You don't need to learn the mawashigeri or the other karate technique. You can still avoid yourself and protect yourself from these fighting situations. Thank you.